Welcome back, everyone, to the East Launceston Bowls Club. We are a sun-drenched mid-afternoon here in Launceston, and we are all set for the final of the Viking 2024, and this should be an absolute beauty. We're just finishing the last end of the roll-up here, and we've seen both these pairs in action, most recently Mark and Lachlan Strochnetter. They are going to be taking on Rob McMullen and Ollie Morrison in the final. Should be an absolute beauty before four local bowlers as well, as we welcome back Rob Soward, who's just finished the presentation duties. This should be an absolute beauty. We've enjoyed both pairs this afternoon already in their respective matches, and I think this promises to be a cracker.
What a final. I mean, we've been fortunate that we've seen both of these pairs. McMullen, was on fire. Their pair was on fire in that earlier game, and then obviously we had the pleasure of seeing the Strochnetters overcome the inspirational Josh Walker-Davis and Howard in that previous fixture.
Yeah, it was a tight affair, wasn't it? Coming down to the last end, and it's fantastic. So of course, big thanks to Furniture City, a major sponsor of the Viking for 2024, and all our other partners as well, all local businesses, and it's fantastic to see that all the little corporate boxes are full, and what a beautiful setting, just behind the Aquatic Centre here in Launceston, on top of the hill, and a beautiful view, and we are very much rinkside. Everyone is. A few people out on the bar, on the bar deck, and daylight saving, so we're still beating down the sun. It's a lovely afternoon. The wind has dropped a lot, and we're just about set for action here in our final.
Yes.
Good luck to our four bowlers, and we've got bowlers just about represented from a number of states here, and we've got four from northern Tasmania in the final.
And the great thing with that too, Rick, is these four would be pretty familiar with each other's games.
Definitely.
They'd see each other every few Saturdays, obviously in the pennant competition, but also in the representative teams that they've played in together or been involved with.
And of course, Rowdy McMullen been starring with the Tasmania Tridents. I was just talking to her a little bit earlier, so about 6 weeks away from BPL. Mark Strochnetter, of course, been the coach for some time now, or since the Tridents came into the BPL. So it's very going to be a great afternoon. Really looking forward to this.
Are you going to be so bold, Rick? I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you for a tip. If you have a tip, who's your tip?
I've been really impressed with Rowdy McMullen and Ollie Morrison, who was outstanding as their lead in that quarter final, and that win earlier today over Tom Vlahos and Ben Winter, and it was a comprehensive win too, 19-5. But I just think from what we've seen today, and that's all I base it on, they're undefeated over the weekend as well. We had round robin yesterday. I just think form is on the board for them, and I just think they might be a little bit too strong in this final.
Well, I think it's the sign of I think it's a sign of a true commentator not to sit on the fence. So beautifully summed up, and I'd agree with everything that you said. I'd probably think there's not much between them, but for mine, the brilliance that McMullen can unleash might be the difference. So I'd say Morrison and McMullen by a couple.
By a couple? You've even gone more out on a limb, giving us not the final score, but at least the margin. Okay, here we go. All right, we're set to go in the final here of the Viking for 2024.
And the two young bowlers leading off, which is great to see.
It is great to see. And Ollie's changed his wardrobe. He's gone the full Viking gear.
I did see him in that for the...
look at that for a start. Right on the money, straight away.
What we saw earlier, in it, just in case you missed the earlier match.
Over to you, Lachlan. Let's see what he can do. In front of a big crowd here. He's made a good start as well, Rob. That's going to finish nicely. About a couple of feet past. And Ollie Morrison, Rowdy. I had a chat with Rowdy a little earlier, and he rates this kid. He's got a very, very bright future clenched his fist straight away. He knew he wasn't happy with it.
No, he wasn't
Sets
happy
the standards high. He's 1.5 metres past.
These two would have done a lot of stuff together, I'd imagine, in junior squads and at junior level, and here they are on the biggest stage of all in their young careers.
Indeed. And Lachlan got a little bit off, just took a little bit too much off, so third and final bowl of this opening end here for Ollie Morrison. This is looking very nice too. The beautiful weight. This is going to sit magnificently. Yeah, this is lovely from the youngster. Outstanding start from young Ollie Morrison.
See why Rob McMullen rates him so highly.
And a start is so important though, isn't it? So important to get a good start. Just for your confidence. And Lachlan just scoots past. Unlucky for Lachlan Strotchnetter. Just bar the mark there. Just a little hop, step and a jump then for a second. He got a bit excited, thought he might take him out.
As we've said, it's a game of inches, is the old movie quote. It really is, and that wasn't far away from touching something on the way through.
No.
He certainly found moments of brilliance today, Rob McMullen, when he needed to. This is his first bowl of the final, and certainly looks like it's right on course. Lovely bowl.
Yep, beautifully done.
Band's fired up again. Sounds like a bit of Bon Jovi. Mark Strotchnetter, who was just terrific in that semi-final against Howard and Walker Davis on the drive straight away.
He's not mucking around. He's just gotten rid of one.
He's cleared that bowl as
still down a couple.
Rowdy McMullen's out of the way.
Yeah. So Rowdy now just always looks relaxed and in control of himself and his bowls. He comes out from the backhand, and it's probably a fairly smart play. Yep, Ollie very happy with that too. That's a very smart bowl, reading the situation well.
Yeah.
It's an aggressive Mark Strotchnetter. Needs to disturb it again here. This time he's going to draw though. There are a couple down here on this opening end. So you got the legs. I think he might have.
Beautiful bowl.
That's a great effort. So, still a couple down.
And like you said, Rick, the start is just so important.
Yeah.
We did see the Strotchnetters come back from a 5-1 deficit, but I'd much rather have the start that McMullen and Morrison had in that quarterfinal.
McMullen's just a little wide there, so a close look here. Mark with a bowl left. Strotchnetter's a couple down at the moment. The final bowl of this opening end, Mark Strotchnetter going to stick to that backhand side. Here it comes, Rob. This is not going to be far away.
Whoa.
Oh, it's almost a repeat of the last one. So, a couple of shots going the way there of McMullen and Morrison. So 2-0 as we head to the second end.
And as we've said all day, really, Rick, the trophy cabinet of these four bowlers would just be overflowing, not just in volume, but in terms of quality of the accolades. As we've said, both Mark and Rob successful at a state level.
Yeah.
And also both having success at a national level as well. So Rowdy won a national title a couple of years ago.
Did it. That's a great start. Very good start there from Lachlan. There's a great response from Ollie. Look at this. Wow, that is just outstanding. One down though, but
what a bowl.
Perfect bowl, really, wasn't it?
And again, Ricky,
high quality from these two youngsters.
You could shut your eyes and think that that's delivered by a 30-year veteran and not two young bowlers at the start of their career.
And again, Lachlan, look at this. What an amazing head we got here.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to settle into rhythm, did it? We did see in a couple of the earlier fixtures it did take a little while. But this one straight off the bat.
Yep, indeed.
Looking like it's going to be a fantastic final if this first couple of ends is anything to guide us by. I mean, look at that.
Yep.
And the old heads go to work now.
Yeah, indeed.
Mark Strochnetter and Rob McMullen. The good crowd here at East Launceston Bowls Community Club really enjoying what's been a fantastic 3 days, as we've said previously. Brendan Favola and a number of activities Friday night. Chiseled, the cover band of Cold Chisel last night, sell out. Hard tickets to get, I hear, Rick.
Yeah, no, indeed.
Sold out very quickly, and then obviously day two of a wonderful bowls tournament today.
Relive the rivalry footy on yesterday, and they were all here last night as well.
Yeah.
Over 100 of them. So some great famous old footy names here. That's been a massive weekend. Rowdy McMullen coming up with a beauty. They're knocking the kitty out, but Mark Strochnetter replying, gee, it's been high quality. First two ends here. See what Rowdy's got. This one's coming in nicely too. Just going to be a little on the short side.
15 end final, so not a lot of room to work with if things go wrong early, or conversely, if you get off to a flyer, you get a bit hard to pin back, don't you?
You do. So Lachlan just signalling to Mark that he thinks they're probably one down. He's got good weight here. Going to be pretty tight for shot, I reckon. Yep, down to that. Can't quite hear the crowd here above the music, but strong applause.
Yeah, I think they've snuck up the volume on the amp, Rick, at the presentation. Crowd loving it.
Rowdy's, he got enough on it. It's still going. Ollie likes it. So back over to you, Mark Strotstetter.
There's a bit of that,
shot.
isn't there?
Rowdy comes up with a shot bowl. And, yep, it is Mark Strotstetter. Now let's see if he can get in there and take that shot away.
And that's what we see at the elite level, don't we?
Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better sort of stuff, isn't it?
Exactly. Going the drive here and
Whoa.
just goes past. That was tight, wasn't it?
Wasn't much in that.
One shot going the way of McMullen, Morrison.
It's been a pattern in their last three fixtures, Rick. Good start.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
Nice cider from each
Yep.
of the leads on this end.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think Morrison's overly thrilled with that one.
Well, it's coming in late. If it's got the legs, he won't be too far. He might end up about a foot or so short.
No, better than he thought, I think.
Yeah, but he's shot at the moment.
He's a hard taskmaster, and
Yep.
as we've seen all day, Rick, that wind just gusting up
Yeah.
every now and then, impacting the contest.
Lachlan not too happy with this delivery, but just glides away late.
A bit of a difference to the head a couple of ends ago. There's a lot of daylight there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my word. All right, so now
Skips will have a bit to work with.
Lachlan's got a good bowl coming here. This is really
Beautiful
good. This will be shot here.
Beautiful.
Lovely. Two of our finest about to let go, and two of our youngest down the other end. It's good to see, isn't it? You take a look at the youngsters down the other end, and they're soaking it up. And you got one of Australia's best right now, Rowdy McMullen.
What's terrific, as you say, that Rick is a misconception in bowls. It's an old person's sport, but certainly not the case.
No, indeed. Marcus started this one out quite wide. It's sort of staying out there.
Still going, isn't it?
It is still going. There's Rob McMullen, a nice bowl that
Beautiful
sits
bowl.
just going to slide past Strotstetter. So Lachlan holding the shot at the moment for the father-son duo. Got a bit of weight on this one, I think, Mark. And that's going to... Oh, now that might... yeah.
It's giving Rowdy the shot.
It changes it. Lachlan turns around and probably just didn't want to Tell Dad what he really thought of it.
Yeah. Telling Dad he can put the rubbish out this recycling week, I reckon.
Yeah. So McMullen now with the holding the shot. They made a good start. They lead 3-0 after 2 ends. Undefeated through the round robin yesterday.
They've been terrific today.
Yeah.
Dominant winners in the match we called in the quarter-final.
Yep, won their semi-final 12-9 over Josh Lording and Brad Carver. So McMullen. It's all about the weight here. It's not going to get there. But got a shot. Droshnetter with one to come. It's Mark.
And he's shown us, hasn't he, today, Rick, when he's got that last bowl on the end, he can do some amazing things.
And there is an opening, isn't there? If you look at it, there's definitely a good opening there for him.
You get the feeling this is an important bowl in the scheme of things.
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
Very early stages. Got some weight but narrow. Just the one. So Morrison and McMullen after 3 ends. 4-0. Just the start we've seen from them today. Very good starters. See what this end holds. Get the feeling the Stroshnetters need to pull a couple back. Still very early days. A nice opener from Morrison. He's just been a picture of consistency today. Nice opener there from Lockie Stroshnetter. As we've said all match, the young bowlers are not being overawed by the occasion.
Yeah. Certainly not, and here's another beauty coming in now from young Ollie Morrison, who has just been nothing short of impressive from the Longford Bowls Club. 20 minutes out of Launceston.
And Mark Stroshnetter would know his game very well as one of the senior members and coaches out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would be teammates in that state premiership side of a couple of years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Northern premiership side last year. He's chasing this one. He likes it.
He is. Now it needs to work its way in, and it will. That's outstanding. 3 great bowls again from the youngster. Rowdy, loving it.
Picture of consistency, isn't he?
And how good for someone like Rowdy. I've had a couple of lessons from Rowdy as well. He's just such a calm guy, and he'd be a great influence on young Ollie.
Oh, he would. And if you're a young person starting out your career, what a great sounding board.
Yeah.
To play with an Australian champion.
And a nice kid. Very quiet. Well, quiet here, isn't he? I don't know what he's like around his mates, but he's very respectful, taking it all in and enjoying himself. And importantly, and particularly in a final, is saying we got the music, the crowd, and 12 grand up for grabs. He's not overawed, is he?
No. I wouldn't mind putting the Fitbit on his heart rate, but he certainly looks very calm. That's for sure.
My word.
Rowdy McMullen sends that one on its way. A beautiful bowl. Beautiful bowl. Just missing the jack. It's Certainly adding to the good bowls of Oliver Morrison. They're certainly holding multiples here at the moment.
That puts a bit of pressure on Mark Schrotzschneider here with his bowls. This one's just a little bit wide. Is it going to come in? Is he get the inside or the outside? He's at least got one out. It might be probably one down. Yep, so he's ruled a couple out. He just had to got on that inside of that bowl, that top bowl from Morrison. It would have seen him maybe slide in for shot even, but cut out a bit of damage. They're only one down at the moment. Sarcastic call from the crowd there saying wrong bias. For those of you not too familiar, that means you've basically turned the bowl around the wrong way and it's heading towards the next rink.
It's a pretty easy game, bowls, isn't
pretty
it, when
harsh,
you're actually doing it, eh?
He's finished a metre out.
Yeah, tough
Yeah,
crowd.
bit of biplate. Good bowl here from Strotchner. That's just going to roll back, so I think it's going to be out of the count.
Still looks like Morrison and McMullen holding one.
Some similarities to what we saw in that quarter-final here on the show court rink earlier, wasn't it, Rob, where they just did it in ones and twos early, but it was enough to really establish a big lead. And, well, no damage. It went through, and the kitty is exposed. So, you know, if it's not a bad finishing spot there for Rowdy, because Mark happened to catch that kitty, it's more than likely going to take it back.
Just get the feeling that this is a really, really important bowl in the scheme of things here.
I think it is. And we are only on the fourth end, but it's 4-0, and nerves playing its part a little bit too, I think. It's very important to try and establish, get a bit of momentum back for the Strotchnetters and build.
Absolutely.
And right on that bowl, the wind picked up quite considerably. Yeah. Probably heard it in the effects mic. But Mark's going to be way short here. Way short. So that's going to finish well over 2 metres short. So you'll be disappointed with that.
It's like a measure for the second.
So they're going to take one. So it's one. And after 4 ends, as we head to 5, it's 5-0.
It just starts to make it hard, doesn't it?
It does. You're playing catch-up.
Yeah, and it's that mental thing too,
yeah,
knowing
absolutely.
You've got to try a little bit harder and try and find a shot or two.
Yeah.
He's been sensational today, Oliver Morrison on the lead. Putting them on the spot every time.
Yep. And he's not going to be far away here, probably just 1.5 feet short.
Oh.
And he's just nailing them. And it does put enormous pressure on your opponent. And particularly when you're starting, sorry to interrupt, Robert, particularly when you're leading. And have got the mat. But I think Lachlan's come up pretty good here if it could just sit. Even if you're taking the kitty. That's a good response.
And then you start trying to, when I say trying too hard, you then start to chase shots, don't you?
That's right. Exactly.
The scoreboard pressure is just so important.
Just going to finish a little shorter, but still a pretty good spot there. It's a nuisance bowl.
It is a nuisance bowl. Got to work around it.
So Lachlan sticking to the backhand. Good first bowl. Might have a little bit better weight here too. They're going to sit or even take the kitty. Does. Outstanding. That's very well done.
Just what they needed.
So from 1 down to 2 up. He's got 1 in front, 1 behind.
I reckon he'd be thinking blow the siren now and take the 2.
He's just gone a little bit wider here, Ollie. He needs it to hold, and I think it will. Look at this for a response, would you? That is just brilliant.
Great bowling.
Well, we are being treated here, aren't we? This is great to watch.
You heard the crowd reaction there. They're really enjoying this fantastic bowls. Great standard.
So Lachlan's gone a little heavier here, and he's gone for a back bowl. And it's going to finish up okay. Dad's happy. Yeah, this is good stuff. Really good stuff.
John McMullen and Morrison at the moment. 5-0 after 4 ends. The 5th end at the moment.
Rowdy, he's just going to finish a fraction short. Good bowl there too, but 4 bowls there surrounding the kitty at the moment. The shot resting right now with Ollie Morrison. Thanks to everyone watching on the live stream. It's great to have your company with us, wherever you may be tuning in. Let us know. Throw a comment up on the Facebook page. We'd love to hear where you're watching from. Anyone who might be overseas, interstate. Here we go. Vince Calabresi's watching from the Lantern Club in Sydney, New South Wales.
Fantastic.
Got the Australia flag, the sun as well. So I'm assuming it's a pretty nice day in Sydney. It's turned out all right here in Launceston today as well.
It's pretty good.
And Marty Russell, go the Stallions. Yes, well represented today.
And Michael Sinclair, if you're listening, don't tell us you're in Argentina, because I know you're in Launceston.
Yeah,
Very good live stream supporter, Michael Sinclair. Yeah. But always good for a exotic venue.
Yeah, there's always one or two telling you that they're watching somewhere, and when they get exotic, you know that they're not there.
They'd be in West Launceston or somewhere, I reckon.
That's it. Well, if they're in West Launceston, they should get themselves up here.
They should do. 10 minutes away and they enjoy
daylight savings.
Fantastic bowls.
Sun will be out for another couple of hours.
Great music, great refreshments, beverages, food.
Rowdy's coming down for a little bit of a Bo Peep. So
it's an interesting head, isn't it, when you look at where the bowls are at the moment, Rick?
They're holding at the moment. One shot. And we've banged on about it all day, but that breeze, it's so tricky today. It certainly lighter than it was earlier in the day. But we've had a few gusts. And as McMullen now said earlier, going to be heading over to play with Essendon this season. And Rowdy wanting to go over the back. So over to Mark Strotchnetter with the final bowl.
Again, his most important bowl to date, because all of a sudden he doesn't nail this. It's 6-0.
And a very, very calm figurehead always, isn't he? Mark, he's a lovely fella who has given a lot to bowls here in not just northern Tasmania, but Tasmania. Big part of the Tasmania Tridents from when they first came into the BPL. And Mark's going to be another shot to the team of Rowdy McMullen and Ollie Morrison. So we're 5 ends in. I think that was just the one, wasn't it, in the end?
Yep.
So we're looking at 6-0 as we head to end number 6.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the panic buttons, Rick. I mean, all things going well, you can snag 6 shots on an end. But at this level, you know, you're really going to be up against it if you're giving teams that sort of head start.
My word.
We saw that in the quarterfinal involving McMullen and Morrison, where they were in control from the start. their opponents 3 shots on one end, unlucky not to grab a couple on the next one, but too little too late, and they just put the clamps on them and ran away. Whereas the Stroshnetters gave their opponents a start and just chipped away and then opened up their match-winning lead. That's beautiful from Morrison. No, look at that. Just end after end.
We talk about it's exactly right. We just talk about consistency, and it's exactly what it's been all day. It's been just a pleasure to watch.
And at this level, at this stage of the competition, that's the difference, isn't it? It's just the ability to do it consistently every bowl. This looks like a good one here from Stroshnetter. Handy back bowl. But Morrison has just given his team just a terrific advantage in every one of their matches today. Particularly the two we've covered on the live stream. That one's a little wider. But certainly a good start they're holding to at the moment. Lachlan Stroshnetter has just released his last bowl on this end. Gone nice and wide. I'm not sure if that's going to come back in. It looks like it is. Just a fraction heavy. Back bowl, not disturbing the state of play. And that'll be at least a couple there to McMullen and Morrison at present. So we'll see what the skips can do. As I said, Rob McMullen's just got that innate ability to create something out of nothing, whereas, again, Mark Stroshnetter, with his experience, a couple of times in that semi-final, he just found something when they needed it.
Indeed.
McMullen, not sure he's in love with that one. They set themselves a pretty high bar, these guys. It's a handy bowl. Beautiful. Touch in. Give them the third shot, you'd reckon, on how things sit at the moment. Stroshnetter needs to find something. His radar was a little bit off on that previous end.
He's got a better line going here.
Oh.
And will it sit for a shot?
Not quite. Certainly a very handy second bowl.
His son likes it. So Rowdy McMullen, one of the best bowlers in the country. Again, it might just cut away. It does. So, you're just joining us. We're in the final here. Bowlers from all around Australia taking part in Tasmania's richest bowls pairs event. And it is an all Northern Tasmanian final here of the pairs. Mark Stroshnetter and son Lachlan taking on Rob McMullen and Ollie Morrison. Just couldn't get the roll. So, bowl each to come.
Two very important bowls.
My word. So, Rob McMullen has started this one out pretty wide. I think he's got a sense of what might be coming up here from Mark Stroshnetter.
Lachlan just indicating one down and holding second, I think that was.
Yep, that would be right. So a couple of inches is the signal. So he's going to have to probably look at putting a little bit of weight here. Just doesn't want to disturb that kitty too much. He's pushing for that front bowl there of Morrison's. He might have started this one out a little bit too wide. He has. So it's going to be another shot going the way of McMullen and Morrison. And this is almost a carbon copy, Rob Soward, of what we did see in that quarter-final earlier today when they defeated Tom Vlahos from Western Australia and Ben Winter of Victoria, 19-5.
7 up after 6 ends. And again, we now get into that territory, Rick. not just about the score, it's about the ends remaining as well.
That's right.
So the pressure goes back onto the Stroshnetters to try and find something and, crib a couple of shots here and there.
And in bowls, if you keep winning each end, you control the mat, you control the length. And these guys are just pretty much sticking with the formula that has served them well all day. And why wouldn't you? You don't want to change anything if it's working well for you, and particularly when you're being led so well by this young boy, Ollie Morrison. He is only a boy. He's bowling superbly, the youngster.
That's right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No.
And he's certainly bowling beyond his years. As I said, if you were just looking at the where the bowls land on the live stream, you'd be
look at that first
they're
bowl.
veterans. Look at that.
And this one's going to be pretty good too. This is just magnificent bowling.
Picture of consistency.
Absolutely outstanding from the youngster. He is putting on a show today. And this is not one-off. This has just been happening across the weekend.
That's right.
We've got a young star on the horizon here, absolutely no doubt. Remember this name, Ollie Morrison, not overawed by big crowd, loud music in the background.
No.
And $20,000 prize pool. And Lachlan Strochnetter says, mate, we're about the same age.
Yep.
It's not just about you, mate.
Yeah, what do you reckon of that? So
beautifully done.
Just beautiful bowls. Both young players.
And Ollie's going to sit that one nicely back there, so that's a good finish. Well, there's some great bowls from the youngsters here, and terrific to see so many fans here this afternoon. That one finishes over the back as well.
Some terrific work from the leads there. So Skips have got it all to do at the moment. It's a score update after 6 ends played. We're on the 7th end at the moment. It's the combination of Oliver Morrison and Rob McMullen leading Mark Strochnetter and Lachlan Strochnetter 7-0. As we do say in bowls, particularly this format, doesn't necessarily mean one side's playing bad. There certainly isn't a lot between them, but it's just getting those key shots in place. Rowdy set himself up there with a nice back bowl if required for a little bit later. Good camaraderie between these two. Rob handing him his bowl. Just the nature of competitions like this. It's that good camaraderie between the local bowlers. In fact, all the bowlers here that we've seen, mainland and local. It's pretty wide there from Mark.
Speaking of mate from West Launceston, it almost started out that way, didn't it?
Yeah.
It has ended up sort of in East Launceston. Just got the range wrong then, but McMullen going pretty hard here, but again, hey, what, the youngsters are setting an example here at the moment, aren't they?
They'll be having a talk to the old fellas, Rick, I reckon, at the end of the end and saying, you blokes just need to tighten things up a bit.
I'll be interested next year. They may well be the Skips.
Yeah. They might offer the old fellas a bit of a lay down. Mark would be disappointed with that too. That's radar not working on that one.
Anyway, but young Lachlan Strochnetter has got the shot at the moment. And Rob has missed him here as well. So there's a real opportunity here. Mark would love to get this close. They could pick up a couple on this end.
Cheeky, this one too, last bowl.
Yeah, that's really wide too.
Yeah.
Hey. They've strange finish.
Yeah, it was.
But they've got a shot. They're on the board. So after 7 ends, It's 7-1. And importantly now, means they've got the mat. They're not really changing. Mark Schrotzschneider has just said put in a request for a song. So the confidence is building here from the Schrotzschneiders. He's given the thumbs up to the band and put in a request. I think they're about to go on a break.
Master of Puppets, there you go.
Well, there we go. Enlighten me. Well, this might just be what Mark needs, Rob Soward.
Absolutely. I'd be thinking, not that I'm a bowler anywhere in this class, but I'd be going Eye of the Tiger, Rick, I reckon.
Would you?
That'd get me going.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon I'd be getting Def Leppard out now.
Yeah. Oldie but a goodie. Bit heavy.
Right.
Bit heavy, that one from Lockie Strauchnetter. Handy back bowl.
Ollie's first was a good one. His second. I wonder what Ollie Morrison would request. This is a nice bowl. Just going to glide past, but it finishes very well.
You wouldn't know with these young
Look at Mark
guys.
Schrotzschneider. He's into it.
Oh, yeah.
This is just what the doctor ordered for him.
It might be.
Lachlan says, Dad, focus. Well, they're a bit all over the place here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing the commentator killer. We've talked up how tight the last couple of heads were up this end.
He might take it here. Not quite. Just slips past, but again, it's a good spot. Mark Schrotzschneider with a spring in his step, Rob.
He's ready to go. I reckon he's
the music request in, and he's pumped up.
I reckon he's thinking back to those days back at Night Moves or something, Rick. Back in the day.
Yeah, back at the Kingsway.
He's worked some lino, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, 4:30 p.m. on a Sunday here, and let's see what he's got. Radar was off a little bit on the last end, but they did get the shot. This is a lovely start here. Just needs to sit. Probably just out of the count, but right now. So Rob McMullen, wife Jess looking on there in the background. Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs to get in there? Close. Probably not quite.
Still plenty of opportunity here on this end.
Indeed. Yeah, this got a little bit of speed on it.
It's a beautiful bowl.
It's a very good bowl though. We see that's slipped on past a bit, so Ollie reckons they've got a couple at the moment. So second last bowl for Rob McMullen. Looking to make it 3 and really try and get a good advantage here. He's got a bit of speed now. The issue is, will he take the kitty? Will he knock it back? No, hasn't got it too far. So they are holding shot. I've got a feeling it might have gone from 2 to 1.
Yeah, a beautiful bowl like that, and they've cost themselves a shot.
McMullen has one left. Strotchender now is about to send down his final one. He loves coming from the backhand down this end. Now this is, again, a little bit heavy. But he's going to get the kitty, and he's going to follow it. That's brilliant.
Great result.
Yeah, great result. And he thanks the band.
Oh, that's sensational. He'll put that on rotation for the rest of the afternoon.
That's right. And the good thing about the live stream, you can watch it back 100 times tonight if he wishes.
Absolutely.
We're here with thanks to Furniture City, major sponsor of this year's Viking for 2024, the second event. Prize money's doubled, which is outstanding. Now, here's a go. Just missed it by a few centimetres.
2 down, I think, was the signal, was it?
I think it was 2.
2 down. I'll say 2 unless we're corrected otherwise. It looked like 2 down.
Yeah, we're going to move to the 9th end now. And if Mark Strotchnet is a nice fella, he might just update that scoreboard for us. I'm pretty sure it is a couple, but we don't want to get it wrong. We might just wait for confirmation. It is a final. Might try and get his attention. Okay. So we'll just confirm that. So we are starting on the 9th end with Lachlan Strotchnetter. And this is a beautiful start from Ollie Morrison. These two lead bowlers, these two youngsters, showing there's a great future in bowls with our Tasmanian talent. Lachlan Strotchnetter, this one working its way in very late. And confirmation there that it was 2 shots to the Strotchnetters on that last end, so its margin is 4. So from 7-0 to 7-3, Rob Soward.
They did it before, didn't they? It's a bit of a rerun of their semi-final, Rick Fontaine.
It's almost a carbon copy for those who may have been tuning in. And I'll tell you, Lachlan Strotchnetter's got a lovely bowl here. Just needs to find another foot or so. That's a great effort. So they're 1 down. Ollie Morrison holding shot here. And we're getting to the business end now, aren't we? We're up in the 9th end. And Ollie's going to follow this one down. Pretty good speed here. It's a matter of the line. If you can get under Lachlan's, he does, and he draws another one. Just got under Strotchnetter's bowl there. So holding 2.
Just adding to that theme of consistency, Rick, that we've talked about all day with Oliver Morrison. I mean, it's a bit hard. We obviously haven't seen every match of this tournament, but gee whiz, I'll tell you what, he'd have to be close on what I've seen to being the bowler of the tournament. He's just been putting them on the spot every end consistently and giving his teammate Rob McMullen a great look at things, which is exactly what you want to lead to do. I wouldn't mind betting there'd be a few people looking on today.
Mark Strotchnetter, look at this. Whoa. Look at this.
Beautiful bowl.
What a bowl.
And Lachlan says, we got one, Dad.
And the crowd love it.
I was just about to say there'd be a few pennant players watching this, Rick, a little nervous to see so many Longford Tigers here today at the business end of things.
Yeah, well, McMullen's got a lot of speed on there, but it's runs into one of Ollie's, so we have still got a game in our hands here. Mark just finding a bit of time to give the thumbs up again. I think Rob McMullen might say, hang on, how about I get to choose some songs?
Certainly work for Mark, that's for sure.
So Mark, come up with another beauty. I'll tell you what, this one's going to finish quite well too. It's in a very handy spot down there. You'll be happy.
Same way, just knows that I put them.
Like Ben might be having a break. Set the scene for the climax of what could be a very good finish. McMullen got a good line coming up here. Where's this going to finish? Oh, misses everything. Not quite sure how. Funny sport, isn't it, bowls?
It is.
The bowls could be separated by 10 centimetres and you just go straight through the middle.
Yeah, and it adds to the fact that it's coming from 20-odd metres away, isn't it? Just narrowly misses. That one did. I thought that was going to collect something.
So, right now, with a bowl to come for Crotchnetta, Rob McMullen about to hand it over to him. Just love it. The comradeship and sportsmanship it's just great to see. You see this right across bowls at all levels. Maybe not if you're having a really bad day, but it's good to see so much respect between them all. Feeling Mark's confidence just seems to be building. Rob, I've just noticed a little change over the last couple of ends. Found this rhythm. And if he gets a little kiss here, he could just touch himself in for a second. It'll be close.
Not a lot in that. We'll see what Ollie Morrison says. He's not sure.
That's close for 2. So Rob's going to come down and have a look.
Again, as we've highlighted today, veteran bowlers will know just how important it is to get up and have a look at the head. Looks a bit different from where the players are standing at the moment than from 20-odd metres away. And that's what,
sure does.
It's what makes them elite athletes in their sport, Rick.
My word.
Being able to see those things up close.
One of our mates, Malcolm Smith, he's watching. He might go and chase a sea runner instead. Something you love to do, Rob Soward. It
is. He's the king of the sea runners, is Malcolm Smith, that's for sure. He knows where they are down that northwest coast, Rick.
Looks like they're playing on a cricket pitch, yes. Stuart Goodwin on Facebook. Looking forward to seeing Ollie play for the Glenroy Bowls Club this season. And look at this drive from McMullen. He just misses them. Very tight. Tape is out. Furniture City Viking for 2024 is just starting to get a bit interesting, Rob Soward. It's been a good few ends for the father and son. And there's 2 more. So
here we go.
It is tightening up. It is 7-5 after 9 ends. 6 to go. McMullen and Morrison, we're out to 7-0 if you're just joining us. You might have just driven home from Sunday afternoon lunch somewhere. And now we are at 7-5. And fascinating stage. They've got control of the mat. And they've got momentum at the moment.
Our listeners just told us too, Ollie's not a Tiger this year, as you've said.
Yep.
So that'll be a big loss for them, particularly with the way he's bowling. Crotchnetta a little off target on that first one. Morrison, as he's done all day, he's just going to put that right on the spot.
Yep.
Gets a salute there from his teammate in Rob McMullen. They make it look easy, don't they?
Ridiculous. Going to finish up okay for Lachlan. The distinctive bowls here of Ollie Morrison. Coming in well. Got a good weight on this. This is going to finish very well. And about a foot. Just big foot and a bit. Two relaxed dudes, aren't they? Mark and Rowdy. They're just enjoying it. Real festive atmosphere here. Great to see the bowlers hanging around. I could see Josh Walker-Davis over the back.
I reckon if you looked up relaxed in the dictionary, there'd be a big photo of Josh. Had a chat to him just before this one, and he did ask me to pass on Rick. He said, good calling to both of us. So he loves his bowls, does Josh?
He does. He enjoyed Brendan Favola here on Friday night as well, as most did. Put on a great show. And well done to the East Launceston Bowls Club. It's been another great weekend.
What I always
Great events, sold out.
Yeah.
Concert last night.
What I always hope, Rick, with things like this is that there are other sporting clubs out there, not necessarily in bowls, but in a variety of things that look to this and go, right, you know what, if East can do it, we'll have a talk to them and we'll try and do something similar to promote their sport.
And it's great to be able to, for us to be sitting here today along with Round Table, the opportunity to, and we thank the Bowls Club and the sponsors because they're live streaming it and getting it out there to people as well and seeing this BPL type atmosphere. You got the music, the crowds are basically on the rink. That's brilliant. So full credit to the club. And this is a nice bowl from Mark, who really is starting to shine. He's finished about a foot and a bit short there as well. Tell you what, they're going to be measuring here, though. This is pretty tight for who's holding here at the moment.
Yeah.
I think Ollie might have it. Here's Rowdy. Just going to slip by. Only just, though. That it may well be when it rolls the right way as well. So that is... might be a couple.
That could change the complexion of this.
Yeah, and when you're coming from behind, you're starting behind, you are always playing catch-up and you need a lot to go right. And we are on the 10th end now, so... But this is... Well, he's going to take the kitty here. Look at this.
What a
Look
bowl.
at this from Mark Strotch
What
there.
a bowl.
Just magnificent. This is what the crowd want. You're seeing a high-quality final, and it's been like this all day. What's Rowdy got for us? Working in late, a little too late. It's going to just slip past his first bowl there. So, Mark just taking a few moments to sum the situation up here. Now, just change things again a little bit. Holding shot right now.
And that's where those years of experience just serve you well in moments like this, Rick, don't they? It's down 7-5 on the 10th end.
Plonking the foot down of where he wants it.
Down a couple and then you uncork something that's just one of the bowls of the day.
And, with bowls, you've got to also think about what may be coming next. Not just where you want this bowl, trying to draw another shot. It's not necessarily about that because I think you'll see here Mark's intention is probably just to go past, probably just on the outside of Rowdy McMullen's bowl that's to the left of the kitty, just to give him some protection. He's a little narrow, but if he gets past, it's still not going to be a bad spot. So,
just looking at Lachlan there, I think he was, I can't watch this, when that bowl started turning in, I think he thought he was going to take the shot bowl away.
Telling Scotty Chellis my heart was racing then a little bit and sharing a little joke with Ollie. So, Rowdy has put a bit of oomph into this one. Has he got it right? He's going to knock his out. Oh, that's tight. Great effort. Great effort. And one down for them. So another shot going the way of the Strotch netters. And we are now down to a margin of just one. Rob Soward. We see the crowd there on our screen. Late afternoon sun here at Launceston. We pictured on top of the hill of East Launceston.
Just terrific, isn't it?
Yep.
And they're being treated to an absolute epic final.
Heading to the 11th end. Checking the stream as well. We've got plenty of people tuning in. That's fantastic to see. Jackie Donnellan, Longford Footy Club, is watching. And he's always an honest man. No idea about bowls, but the old fella is clutching big time.
Yeah.
I reckon he's referring to Mark Strochnetter's last few ends, which have been fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great call there from Jack Donnellan. He's been a terrific acquisition for the Longford Tigers. I think a long time Launceston Blue, and very, very good there, and certainly been good out there for the Tigers of the football variety. Great to see him tuning in.
All right, now Ollie. His second bowl. Lachlan bowling well as well. Got the early little shot here. His third and final bowl. It's 3 bowl pairs.
Malcolm Smith's on
format.
fire too, Rick. He did remind me it's great to see some Tigers doing well this year, not the Richmond Tigers.
He'd be watching in the cave at home, mate.
He
Got
would
a very
be.
impressive cave.
He would be. I watch at home looking at my 3 Richmond Premiership photos up on the wall 3 and 4 years, Smithy. So I'm always happy to take a bad year for that.
And Ollie,
A little bit off track.
Yeah, he was just a little bit annoyed with himself there that he took too much off again. So he's finished with a couple short. I'll switch now. So 5 ends to go, including this one. And Rob Soud, I know you'll be out there doing the official presentations. You can't even complete your run sheet yet because we have no idea where this is going.
No, absolutely not. And that's how you want a final, though, isn't it, Rick? You don't want to
Certainly.
see someone come out and, win by 20. You want to see the best bowlers play the best bowls, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Shot for shot, really, isn't it?
And Mark Schroschnetter, who's been brilliant the last 4 or 5 ends. Since they won their first, if you're just joining us, they were 7-0 down. And now they're just 1 back.
They're holding shot at the moment too, aren't they? Looks like it. So, all square as it sits. Handy for Rowdy, but not going to get it done on this occasion. Mark Strochnetta, as our listeners noted, he's certainly delivering the clutch moments here today. What's he got up his sleeve on this occasion? Crowd hanging on every bowl here. It's handy, but not going to impact the contest at this stage. 2 down. There's Ollie Morrison. 2 down. So if it's Ollie Morrison's on the money, they are down 8-7. Rick Fontaine.
Yeah, this is huge. So, Rowdy got good length. Will it hold? Oh, it does race on. I think he sped up a bit here this afternoon. That wind just dropping again. But this is the comment was made, clutch bowling, and we're seeing this, aren't we, at the moment?
It's real bowl for bowl stuff.
Yep. It's like match play in golf.
And we get into that stage of things where we're running out of ends. That's a
Tell you
beautiful
what,
bowl.
this is going to finish well. Really, really good. This is brilliant. They're putting on a show at the moment, the last few ends.
He must have heard what Jackie Donnellan said there, Rick, because Jack Donnellan's called that perfectly.
Rowdy. Got to come down, have a chat with Ollie.
Now, this is a moment that's built for Rob McMullen, isn't it?
It is.
Just built for him. Someone with his skill and expertise and success. He's been set a task here.
There's no time limits either with this. It is a straight 15 ends. Obviously, there's a lot of different formats around of the sport, but it's a big, big moment in the context of this final. We are on the 11th end. Only 4 ends to go after this. 15-end final.
Well, Ollie Morrison called it 2 shots before, and that should make it 3. He's not so sure now, but at least a couple.
Well, it could all change right here. What's Rob McMullen got? Great bowler sees this. He's going the drive. Look at that. Cometh the man, cometh the hour.
Absolutely. Up 2.
That is just brilliant, isn't it? Bowls at its finest.
That could be the moment. Every match has a moment, doesn't it? It has a moment where something special happens. And I think Rick Fontaine, we might have seen the moment just there.
And look what's happened here. They're changing the outlay here. They're bringing that kitty up. So the length has certainly changed. And this is what you do. This is what it's about. When you've got the mat back in a tight contest, you just want to change it up a little bit. A good start from Ollie. Here's Lachlan now. Got the mat back. He just couldn't quite take that kitty with him, could Lachlan. Just touching the outside of it. So we're up onto the 12th end now. The margin is 3, 9-6. The way of McMullen and Morrison.
A little bit looser on this. A little bit looser on this end so far. It's going to be okay though.
Just going to tap his in a little bit closer too. So there's a couple of shots from Ollie. So Lachlan now. On the forehand. And he's responded beautifully.
Oh, what a bowl.
And it's going to sit very nicely and take a little roll as well. Well bowled. Lachlan Strochnetta. So all of a sudden he's one up.
You get the feeling, I mean, although there's plenty of bowls left in this, you get the feeling the Strochnetta's pinched this one, get the mat back, and anything can happen.
Anything could happen.
9-6 margin at the moment. We've played 11 ends. We're on the 12th end. Skips are about to have their first bowls.
Yep, Rowdy who came up with that magnificent drive. Turn a deficit into 2 shots. How important is that going to be in the context of this final?
Yeah, it's usually in big matches there's always a moment, isn't there, that turns the tide, and I guess we've still got a bit to play out here, but will that be the moment?
Could be.
Mark Strochnetta,
we'll know in about
he's got something to do with it.
15 minutes. Watching this so closely. Look. The lovely track. Just going to be a bit short.
Bit light in weight on that
one. He certainly had the line right. Anyway, he's still got a couple to come. Here's McMullen now with his second bowl of this 12th end. Just feel this ends a little bit of the calm before we see a great couple of ends to finish this Viking, because it is game on still. 3 shots only is the margin. This time. Marcus, weight the problem again? I think it might be.
It's light.
Yeah. Just couldn't quite get it Still holding one though.
Mark's got the last bowl on this end.
So Rowdy put a little bit extra on this one. Look what he's aiming for. Oh, look at that.
What a beautiful bowl.
Clenches the fist from one down. All of a sudden, they might be holding 4 here.
Yeah, I tell you what, this looks to me, Rick, definitely 3 from where we're standing.
I mean, he's got that back bowl too.
He has.
Oof, wow. Mark Strotchner. We saw what Rowdy delivered with his final bowl on the last end. Rob?
You get the feeling Mark's got to pull something out, and we know on his last bowl, he's done that a bit today, hasn't he?
That front bowl of Ollie is in a very annoying position. Going to draw though from the backhand. He's stuck with it. His first 2 finished short. He's certainly got a bit more on this one. Length won't be the issue. Oh, Mark Schroschnetter.
What a
bowl. That is very stiff, because that was a brilliant bowl, but very, very importantly, he's cut out a few, and it's just one. Outstanding.
Well, you get the feeling, Rick, if they're going to get up from here, you know, that again, that could have been 3, potentially 4. That could have been the game. But limited the damage. They're down by 4, 10 shots to 6 after 12 ends.
3 to go. This is good. It's nice just watching off camera, just seeing Mark and Rowdy having a good chat together. So 3 ends to go. Very much game on. Ollie left that one about a metre short. And Lachlan a little bit closer, a couple of feet.
You get the feeling the Strauss-Sanders need a couple on this end.
Yeah.
Just to get that mat back and shift that pressure.
Certainly corrected his weight a little bit there.
Overcorrected, didn't he, really?
Yeah.
Good back bowl.
Almost a little hush over the crowd here at the moment.
And I think they sense the importance of this end in the scheme of things. Every bowl just taking on critical importance.
A little from Ollie. Wasn't happy, but finished short, but it's a pretty good effort from there. But a couple of feet between shot bowl and the kitty, so see if Lockyer can get one up there. Just needs some legs, and again left it short. So
right out of beans, that one.
Yep. 4 of them have finished just that little bit short. These 2, haven't they delivered on the last couple of ends?
It's just been a battle within a battle, hasn't it? The 2 leads and the 2 veterans.
Sometimes it's not about getting the shot. I mean, Mark pretty much saved them.
Yes.
Cutting out 3, maybe 4, to making it just 1 with a fabulous final bowl.
And Rowdy did the similar thing, didn't he, on the drive? Only from being down 2 to taking a couple.
Rowdy, pretty narrow here. Narrow and short. Oh, Mark Strotchender can get around here, get enough width on this forehand. Sure, he might be going to run into him here. And that one's going to finish short as well. So 6 of the 8 bowls so far, all short. Rowdy. Well, this one won't finish short. Rob Soward.
He's asked the question, hasn't he?
He's going to get this around, and he's going to get shot bowl here. Beautiful bowls. If you're looking for this little gap there, if he can get through, and he does get through, but hasn't quite got the legs to get into that shot, so he's going to have a very big final bowl coming up shortly. They wouldn't want to drop more than one here.
No.
Couple of ends to go after this.
Based on what we've seen so far, it could be a bridge too far.
Yep.
We haven't seen sides come out, have we?
No,
grab threes and fours.
I think 3 is the most we've seen.
Yep.
It was on the 9th end when the Strotchnetters got their first shots and they picked up 3. That's the most we've seen. It's been very tight, with McMullen and Morrison just holding sway a bit more consistently over the course of the day so far. All right, so signalling that he's going to come in on the forehand. I mean, what do you see here, Rob? I mean, he could look to maybe push his own bowl up.
Yeah, that's certainly an option.
I mean, just the way it's angled, though, it could slide across, so
I'm not sure whether he's thinking of trying to draw inside, but you've got a bit of traffic there, haven't you?
there is a lot of traffic there. It's going to have to be almost perfect. Just takes a step back, sums it up.
He's got to channel a dentist committee here. I think it's got to be centimetre perfect, Rick.
Yep. He's being aggressive.
No problems with the weight. That's the
It's going to miss the lot.
The line.
It is. So it's going to be 1. And they're getting closer.
2 ends to go. And it's Morrison and McMullen 11. The Strotchnetters 6 here at the East Launceston Bowls and Community Club in the final of the Viking. Rob Soward and Rick Fontaine bringing you all the action with the round table studio weaving their magic on the pictures that you can see. Plane going overhead here at the moment. We're in the business end. There won't be long to go here. 2 ends. That's all to do for the Strotchnetters, Rick, isn't it?
It is. Thankfully, most of our streaming we do is probably indoors from a beauty of a commentary box, but we're outside on a beautiful sunny afternoon, literally on the rink almost, and hope you're enjoying the coverage as much as we're enjoying this. And Lachlan just moves that kitty out, so the margin is 5. So 3 shot bowls means maximum shot you can get is 6, so it doesn't take Einstein to work out that boys, the Strotchnetters, well, they've got to not only win the end, they've got to try and pull a few shots to give themselves any chance. It's been a great final.
Yeah, it is a cliche. It's a shame that there has to be a loser because the bowls from both pairs has just been absolutely top draw. Look at that.
That's very good from
right
Lachlan.
On cue. Right on cue. Look at that.
Yeah. Nice response there from Morrison.
He's doing some work on those fingernails too.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yeah, no.
If he wins, he can use some of that prize money for a manicure tomorrow, I reckon.
We're talking 12 grand for the winner here.
He's going to town on the nails.
Tell you what, you'll enjoy a couple of Diet Cokes tonight. Just been impressed with his maturity. He has not been overawed or overwhelmed at all with this contest.
No, he's
and across the weekend, I mean, they've been said earlier they haven't dropped one this weekend. Played, I think, 3 matches yesterday, round robin for the knockout finals today. Right, so McMullen's finished about a metre short here. Crotchland will be looking to get one in there. They need to win the end, but they need multiple shots, you feel, on this end.
You sort of think, just to set it up, if they could pinch a 3 or, you know, geez,
We'd all love it, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For those with no allegiance either way, and just want to see a great contest, you'd love to see it come down to maybe 3 on the last end. Just make it interesting.
Yeah.
Bowl off maybe at the end. Finish with a tie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mark that wind, pushing it a little bit, and it's going to finish
third shot?
about a metre and a half short. It's cooling down a little bit.
Maybe I'll just get the tee.
Yeah, Rob McMullen in the background. Maybe I'll just get the tee. So he's looking to try and go out wide here on the forehand. Started it very wide.
Yeah, he's certainly using every bit of real estate on the television rink, that's for sure.
Yeah. We wanted the tee and not too far off it. Mark Schrotzschneider. Next up. Needs to get one in here. Certainly got a bit more weight on it.
Did I get the tee, buddy?
It's not going to give him what he wants line-wise, though, particularly that roll at the end. The holding shot, Morrison and McMullen have got the second shot.
Rob got here. And didn't do much, did it? Just really stayed out there.
No, it's been interesting. The compass has been a little bit all over the place for the skips in the last few, hasn't it?
No, very much.
I guess they're sounding critical. It's been a long day and a long tournament. This is their 8th match. Kicked off things early this morning with match 5, and then quarter-final, semi-final, and now the final. A lot of bowls.
I've said a few times that this is a big bowl. They've got one at the moment, but really need to get a second here.
Yeah, they really do.
Morrison has got second at the moment. No. Strotchner now changes sides. Going to go out the forehand here. His weight's good. His weight's very good. If he can get a little window through there. Wow, hasn't he responded? That is magnificent. Is it 2? It is 2 shots. Well,
we've got something going on here for the last end, Rick Fontaine.
It is 11-8. 1 end to go. The margin is 3.
And there's 12,000 reasons to find those 3 shots.
You still can't finish the run sheet, Rob.
No, nightmare, absolute
Not
nightmare. Presenter's nightmare. I was hoping I could put the feet
Glad
up.
I've handed the baton over.
Beautiful handball off the stoppage.
Yep. I knew when to stop. All right. So they get the mat, and they're going long here, Rob. So this is going to be exciting. This is really important, the first bowl of the end. Lachlan Strotchner is Started pretty well. It's just going to scoot past, but it's going to finish up pretty well on the tee, about 1.5 meters past. It's not a bad first one.
Making the use of every centimetre of green space here, Rick, on this one.
Nerve's going to play a part in this. Not for Ollie. He's made a good start as well. It's going to be about 2.5, 3 feet. Rolls past. Are you trying to get shot, or are you trying to minimise the damage and just be around it? You've got a 3-shot advantage. And Lachlan, unfortunately, this one, it's, that makes it tough. That's finished well short. He's ditched the cap.
Good. Real good.
And Ollie's doing well here. Real good from Rowdy.
What you got?
Finishes short by a couple of feet, but it's in a good spot. They're in good position here. McMullen and Morrison.
Try and give yourself a foot. Get even closer.
Right, well, got 2 at the back. The 2 far back bowls. So what does Mark Stroshner do here? Does he try and get the kitty and take it back?
Yeah, I think desperate times call for desperate measures, Rick. I mean, you'd, you know, to give yourself a chance of, they've got to find 3 to tie and force an extra end.
Yep.
You've got to get desperate, I reckon. Because I guess when it's all said and done, if you're having your go and you end up losing by 6, well, you lose by 6, don't you? But
as the great Neil Danaher said, when all is said and done, more is said than done, and now is the time to do.
Yeah, and what a great quote that is.
So Mark Schrotzner, I reckon he's got to be his play. He's got to probably try and get that kitty. Lockie's got 2 bowls right at the back. They need a minimum of 3 to tie. You can see what he's trying to do. I'll tell you what, just slides past.
So if he could trail that jack back there, as you say, Rick, that'd make things really interesting.
Well, with where the bowls are situated at the moment, they're obviously down on the end also. He's really got no choice. Got 2 bowls left to do it, but he's also got Rowdy McMullen with 3 bowls. And he'll be reading this well. Look where this one's headed, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. Just insurance 101, that one.
Very clever. And the crowd onto it with what's happened. And look where that's finished too. That's
probably couldn't have put it in any better spot, could he?
No, beautiful bowl. The 2 shots remaining here for Mark Strochnetter now. He's going the drive. This is close. Oh, wow. How good is that?
There we go.
Rob
3
Soward.
down. 3 down.
So, as it stands now,
all square.
We are all square. Incredible bowl.
What a final.
Incredible. Can Rowdy sit this right at the end? Tell you what, his length's pretty good, Rob. Needs to come in a little. This is a great response. Has he cut one out? Not quite, is the call from Ollie. So we believe it's still 3.
Oof.
Rowdy's had to take the cap off. A bit of sweat coming off the inside on top of the cranium right at the moment.
He's been cool all day, Rowdy. He's taken the cap off, wandered up and had a look, as you'd expect. 2 bowls to play. $12,000 and the title on the line. Well,
the question is, we knew what he had to do and he's done it with a beautiful drive. Can he land a 4th?
Well, if he does, then it's all on Rob McMullen's last bowl.
2 bowls left. Last one for Strochnetter. From 3 shots down, we're level on the last end.
Come on.
Tell you what, it's working. It's about the way. This is close. If he gets the jack here, what an effort.
Well, as it stands, it's tied.
What an effort. Oh, this is brilliant.
No, I'm just going to draw it, but I'm just making sure.
Big crowd here were hushed, Rick,
Yep.
weren't they, on that last bowl?
Well, it's still game on here. Might have just heard Rowdy say, I'm going to draw here. What he has to do.
Very, very close, I think.
Tell you what,
I'll go to draw it anyway.
you can catch the conversation.
Yeah, you can
Just
marble.
pause for a moment and tune in.
No, I'll just draw it.
Do they still think it's very close for that 3rd shot?
Yeah, they're closer than we are. I mean, it's certainly, well, a little hard to say from the angle we're on.
Go round.
Well, it's either going to finish right now or we're going to be going to a playoff. One of the two. Here we go.
All on Rob McMullen's last bowl.
You're going to get it up there.
Hurry.
He's not far away, mate. He is not far away.
Hurry!
He's in.
And there's the title. What a match.
Unbelievable.
What a match.
Outstanding match. Congratulations to all 4. Mark Strochnetter, Lachlan Strochnetter, and our champions Rob McMullen and Ollie Morrison. That was something else. What a
Wow.
spectacle.
Yeah, it's not too often I'm lost for words, but it just came down to the wire just as you'd want it to. What a last end.
Yeah, haven't we been treated? As I said, well done to all 4 of them. They gave it absolutely everything, the Strochnetters.
Yeah,
And
they
that
have.
was truly brilliant. And the crowd really appreciating it as well.
Yeah,
What a climax to the Viking, brought to you by Furniture City.
As they should. What a finish. I mean, that's exactly what you want. You don't want someone to come out and win 20-0. You want a real close match, and you can see the emotion and starting to sink in with what they've achieved. Rob McMullen's family joining
Embraced.
them. Fantastic. I'll go
Well,
over and get ready for the
Yep,
presentation.
all the best for the presentations. All right, we're going to take a quick break here, but don't go anywhere because we will have the official presentations for you, which will be taking place in just a moment. Welcome back to our live coverage from the East Launceston Bowls Club. Well, what a finale to a wonderful weekend of bowls here at the Viking for 2024. Big thank you to everyone that has tuned in. Very big numbers watching on the stream there for our final. And what a final it was between these four very talented Tasmanian bowlers. Mark and Lachlan Strotchnetter, father-son combination against Rob Rowdy McMullen and Ollie Morrison, who led brilliantly all day. And they are our Viking champions for 2024. Presentations will be happening in just a few moments. Just getting set up for that. But big thank you to Roundtable Studio and also to my co-commentator Rob Soward and myself, Rick Fontaine. Thank you for being a part of our coverage throughout the course of today. It's been a pleasure and it's been a cracking day of great action. Second year of the Viking, $20,000 prize pool, and our winners are going to walk away with 12 grand. Runners up taking home 4,000. The crowd have stuck around all day, just starting to cool off. First day of daylight saving, so we're still here in a bit of sunlight. Great to have events like this here in Northern Tasmania. Strong contingent of bowlers from interstate here as well as Tasmania's best. They've put on a great show. So McMullen and Morrison going through the weekend undefeated through yesterday's round robin.
Close one.
And I don't think we're too far away from our presentations in just a moment.
When Mark makes his way over, we'll go up to the microphones for the presentations.
Mark Strotchnetter just going over to thank the band because he did put in a request about midway through that final, and it did change the momentum there for a few ends. But what a finish we saw in front of a very, very good crowd. All right, well, we're just about set for the presentation, so let's cross down to our MC, Rob Soward.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will just ask for your cooperation as we make the very, very important presentations today. We'd like to start, of course, by thanking all of you for supporting the event, and, of course, to the wonderful East Launceston Bowls and Community Club for putting on such a wonderful three-day event. So I'd like you to join me in thanking them for what they've put on this year. And importantly on that note, we can't do something like this without the support of sponsors, so we'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of Furniture City as the main sponsor for the Viking event, with some big thanks also to Poolmart, to Harcourts Launceston, to Hillwood Berries, to Dev Design, to the Plough Inn and to McKinnell Building. And as we've said many, many times during the live stream today, all wonderful local businesses. Please join with me in thanking all of them. I'd also like to acknowledge our local politicians who've joined us at various times today. The Honourable Nick Dygan, MLC, Liberal member for Windermere, who is also here in his capacity on behalf of the Minister for Sport, Nick Street. The Honourable Rosemary Armitage, MLC, Independent member for Launceston, who will be assisting me in a moment with the presentation of the medals to the winners. And Rob Fairs, MP, Liberal member for Bass, who've joined us today. On reflection, I don't think you could have had a better day of bowls, and having seen the quarter-final, the semi-final and the final, I think you'd agree with me that the standard of bowls has been absolutely first-rate, and particularly in that final, I mean, it was almost bowl for bowl at various parts of that. So I'd also like you to join me in congratulating, well, everyone, but the 4 finalists here with me at the moment. Like any sport, well, I say like any sport, almost at that last bowl we didn't have a winner. We almost had to have an extra end. Like any sport, there is only one winner. And today, the pairing of Ollie Morrison and Rob McMullen were absolutely fantastic through the entire tournament, undefeated, and got off to a flyer in the final, as they did in the quarter-final, as they did in the semi-final, and held off a fast-finishing Stroshnetter pair to claim the title. So I would ask Rosemary Armitage, MLC, to come forward and assist me in awarding the medals, and we'll also, on behalf of Furniture City, award the winners the cheque. Rosemary, if you do the honours. Paul, if you'd come forward to present the cheque. We'll hand over to the winners for a few words.
On behalf of us, sorry, I'll make this really quick. I hopefully won't forget anyone, but yeah, thank you to the Stroshnetters for a great final. Obviously, you know, I thought we're up against it playing against them because I idolise Stow. He's just been a great state player for a long time, so to come up against him in the final was really good. And my little mate Ollie carrying me in the final and carrying me all through the couple of days, he's been amazing. Certainly a future talent, you know. Big thank you to the sponsors. You know, can't run a tournament without the sponsors, and especially Courtney Hobbs and Paul Costello for their tireless efforts organising it. I couldn't imagine all the work that went into it. So, and Phil Hobbs over the couple of days, you know, also helped with their cards and everything. So, big thank you to them. Big thank you to East Bowls Club for everything they've done for us for the couple of days. You know, great turnout. All the supporters here today, thank you very much for coming out. Appreciate everything, and thank you very much for everything.
Well, that will conclude the presentations, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you for your support. And I should have also mentioned a wonderful big shout out to the East Launceston Bowls Club and their army of volunteers who've made a wonderful event from last year an even more wonderful event for this year. So if you could just join with me in thanking the Bowls Club and their volunteers. We look forward to seeing you back here next year for something that's even bigger and better. I think this year, 3 days. I'll set the challenge to East, make it a week. We look forward to it. Thanks very much.
So that concludes the official presentations here of the Viking to our champions for 2024. Rob McMullen and Ollie Morrison in an outstanding final. So congratulations to them. Ollie just 16 years of age, I've just been told. So wonderful conclusion to a great event, and well done. So we're going to wrap it up here from the East Launceston Bowls Club. A big thank you to them. Also to James and Nick from Roundtable Studio, my co-commentator in Rob Soward. This is Rick Fontaine. Thanks for joining us. It's been a great day. Hope you've enjoyed it all as well.